And now, Freelance Heroism presents Dragon Heist.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Dees.
And I'm Rachel.
And before we even get started, I just want to say thank you to everyone out there who donates at the Patreon, in particular those who donate at the producer tier. Rachel.
Yes.
Tell us about them motherfuckers.
We want to say thank you to Duncan, Nate, Breakmeister, Rebecca, and Chris Stones. Thank you so much, everyone.
You help us make a better show for everyone. We really appreciate it, and we couldn't do it without you. Yep. Rachel.
Yes.
Russian Doll. Best show or bestest show?
It's a fantastic show. It's
very good.
Oh my gosh. So good.
I still think season 1 might be one of the best shows ever, just because anytime something's new, it has that sort of what the fuck am I watching kind of quality to it. While season 2 is like, season 2 is the hardest seasons, I would imagine, to do well.
Yeah.
Because it's in a direct comparison with a feeling that you got when you first saw it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And with a season 2, you don't want to exactly mimic the formula that you did for the first season, because then you're not really doing anything new or interesting. But at the same time, you don't want to alienate like
the people who like the first. Yeah. Season 2 is a motherfucker. That's a really hard thing to do. The more you think about it, the harder it gets, right? Like, so like you want to keep the same characters, but you don't want to harp too much. You've already talked about them, so you want to get some new characters in there, but you don't want to get too far off track because people fell in love with the original characters. There's a lot of complicated, like you want to tie it in, but you don't want it to just be like we stacked a block on top of the old block. Yeah. That being said, Russian Doll, when I first saw it, the season 1 was fucking lights out amazing. One of the best shows I'd ever seen in my life. I stand by that today. I rewatched it last week from start to finish in one sitting. Still fucking incredible, right?
Yes. Do we want to also say really quick, because maybe not everyone knows what this is. Russian Doll is a show on Netflix, and season 2 very recently came out.
Yes, Rachel, people have the internet.
Well, but they might not have watched it, or maybe they don't have Netflix.
Yeah, a lot of people don't have Netflix right now. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Oh, man. Look, I think Russian Doll's doing its best to wrangle everyone. And Ozark is coming in at the end of the month to try to pull everyone back. But, man, Netflix, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
who's as a streaming service, let me just give you a free tip of advice, right? I'm not in the fucking business world. I don't do fucking media marketing or any of that kind of crap. But let me tell you a thing. When you say the fucking word commercial, everyone is out.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit how many Netflix originals you have or fucking how many Ryan Reynolds movies you can put out in 1 year. You're not going to keep people if you say the fucking word commercial. Now, let me help you. Let me just say it again to you, Netflix. If you say fucking commercial again, you're going to dump a lot more people. You need to knock that shit off. And you need to quit raising the prices. Just leave it where it is. Maybe don't make 7 new shows.
They've really staggered like the stuff to drive away their customers recently. They've been like, oh, we're going to make it so you can't share accounts anymore. And also we're going to raise prices. And also in like a couple of years, we're going to add commercials. Just like, what are you doing that's good?
Look, it doesn't matter how good your shows are. Like I have this problem with YouTube too. They're like, do you want YouTube Red, YouTube Premium, YouTube TV? I'm like, no, I don't want any of that. I got YouTube. I'm fine. I like you for what you are. Quit trying to be different. You know what I mean?
I have YouTube Premium, so I can't say anything.
Fuck that. Why can't people just be successful? Why do they have to be insanely successful and risk being not successful? It's like this is a whole different conversation. Russian Doll's very good. Quit trying to tell people that you're going to have commercials.
Yeah.
Just knock it the fuck off. Right? Just don't be too big. All right.
Mhm.
That being said, season 1 super good. I
Yes.
fucking love it.
Yes.
So season 2, I was nervous
Mhm.
because I'm such a fan of season 1 that season 2 is where you can really fuck this up for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm trying not to spoil anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to spoil anything, even if I told you exactly what happened. It'd be hard for you to follow what the fuck I was talking about.
Yeah.
But we haven't watched the last episode. The last episode of season 2. We watched everything up to the very last episode, and gonna finish that one tonight.
We will see it by the time this episode comes out.
Yeah, so fuck you. You can't spoil. Assholes. But so far it's really good. They do this, they have sort of like this thing where it's kind of funny. It's got like a funny feel to it.
Yeah.
Like even though there's stuff going on, it's kind of got like a kind of dark humor kind of layered over it.
Absolutely.
Until episode 6. In both. I noticed it in the last one and also in this one. In episode 6, it's like, fuck you, we're getting creepy now. It's like, what? It's like, we're gonna get real fucking creepy. So buckle up, bitch. I'm just like, oh man. And they did it in this one too.
Yeah.
And yeah, the previous one. Can you bleep something? Are you sure? I don't want to tell you how to do your job.
I'll allow it for this.
Okay. In the first one, she goes into the grocery store. She walks down the aisle and she sees standing in the aisle, and then the little blood pours out, and I'm like, what the fuck? What? No. Not cool. Oh yeah, no, it's such a good show. Jesus.
Yeah.
So they got one more episode. I'm really digging where we're at already. And I suspect, I'm not even gonna say it. I was gonna say I think I know kind of what they're getting at, but as soon as I say that, they're gonna do something else.
That's true.
That's why I like it. I'm not even gonna attempt to predict.
That's fair, but it's also fun because it's not in a like I don't know what's gonna happen in like a this is badly written way.
Yeah,
it's an I don't know what's gonna happen in a this show is so creative and like they're not following just a basic formula.
Yeah,
it's so good.
They do that. I don't want to say exactly what it is, so I'll just say Bill Murray, and you'll know what I'm talking about. When I say that the first season has a lot in common with Bill Murray. I think that's vague enough to where you'll get what I'm saying, but not everyone else. Oh, I highly recommend watching it though. Good Lord. So good. But the second season is very different, but also just as weird.
Yeah, it's very
entertaining.
It's very different, but there's still some themes from the first season. But things are so different also that it's not like, oh, they're doing the same thing in season 1, just like slightly different.
Oh, just here, let me just petition you guys. If you haven't already quit Netflix, which is a high possibility given the numbers that I saw.
Before your Netflix subscription runs out at the end of this month.
Yeah. Definitely get on that. On Russian Doll 1 and 2. And if you actually, they're both out now, so you can watch 1 and 2 back to back.
Yeah.
I would probably give it a day in between just to kind of replicate the time space kind of in between. Yeah, but that's really good. You should watch it. Everyone should watch it.
Yes.
Oh man. I want to watch it now. And then Ozark too.
Yeah, Ozark's coming out later this month. It should be like any day now.
29th.
Okay. And then next month is Stranger Things, which I think they're also doing like a part 1 and part 2 for the new season of Stranger Things.
Stranger Things is going to have to really do some hard work to pull me back in. They took a long time off, and I'm not feeling so identified with the kids anymore.
That's fair.
You're gonna have to do some heavy D&D lifting in order to bring me back in. Oh, did you see that thing I sent you earlier today? Did you watch it yet?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
The Stephen Colbert playing D&D thing?
I haven't watched that yet.
Oh man, fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should go ahead and get to this week's episode.
A lot of stuff for everyone out there to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they listen to our podcast first.
Yes.
Don't just run off.
Listen to our podcast and then watch our show recommendations.
Yeah, but ours first. Motherfucker. Ours first.
Okay.
I'm looking at you through the audio podcast.
So
looking right into your ear holes through your
Ew.
It's gross in here. It's gross in here. Man, get a Q-tip. What are you doing?
All right. This is Dragon Heist, episode 54, Down in the Trenches.
Oh, I know what this is a reference to, and fuck
You
that guy.
You love it.
I hate it. Piece of shit. Piece of shit. Backup. Fucking D-lister JV squad piece of shit. Could detect his way out of a wet paper bag.
I think that's just some jealousy that's speaking through you right now.
How about you detect which finger I'm holding up?
But I'm not going to complain about it.
He said as he put away the bologna.
I was just about to say, go outside and smell.
I would be, if I left that in for like the beginning of this episode, no other context.
He said putting away his bologna. What? What?
Honestly, I vote you do it just to hear our reactions.
I'm pretty
We have
upset.
about 3 listeners that will literally either crash or pull over because they listened to us on the way to work and they wouldn't understand what the fuck. All right, so we left off in Waterdeep. You guys are leaving the docks. You guys are heading back to Troll Skull, and you've brought a Goliath friend who is not leaving Rain alone.
Earl, can we just walk in silence for a little while, please? I'm trying to figure out exactly how we're going to get my sister back.
Okay.
We can discuss the birds and the bees later. This is not really a conversation I want to be having with you right now anyway.
That makes sense. You want to hug the goat ball?
There'll be time for goat ball later.
All right.
Said Lenny Kravitz. Sorry. Reference.
So you guys are walking. It's duskish as you guys are heading back to Troll Skull.
I would imagine we're moving at a bit of as quick a pace as the Goliath will allow us, because I have a feeling he's probably the slowest member of the group potentially.
Not really.
He takes big steps.
He actually has a higher speed than most of you.
Oh, okay. Well, la-ti-da.
Rachel, do you want to compare? I know you like to do that.
Oh, well, my speed is 40 feet, so.
Right.
Well,
How
his
often
step's
do you
twice
sleep?
yours.
Rachel,
How
how
dare
often do you
he.
sleep?
I actually don't sleep.
That's interesting.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
And how many elves are you related to?
Too many.
All of
right.
them.
All right.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
All right. Continuing down the path. So it doesn't take long before you guys reach Troll Skull. The way you guys are looking, pretty much nobody is messing with you guys. Guards are even kind of steering clear. Word has gotten around. You guys do hear whispers about the 3 of you walking with the way the guards and the incident of the villa. You do see them. Go for it.
Oh, I was going to say, I almost got arrested.
most of the guards you do see are kicking in doors and coming out with people with snake tattoos and black network marks.
Mm.
It is a full. I mean, they weren't kidding when they said they were going to kick it into gear this time.
It's a raid, huh?
Well, I'm really not paying much attention to that. I'm trying. We know that we know that the ransom is effectively for the stone.
Yes.
I'm trying to think. So we know that the stone effectively is supposed to point towards this long lost treasure, correct?
It's somehow associated with it.
Yeah.
With it. And in my mind, I can't quite connect what a mind flayer needs with the treasure, unless there's something specifically within the treasure that it is after. Because if it can control everyone, and at this point we can't really trust, I mean,
well, it can't be money.
It obviously can't be money, because what would be the point?
Everyone here that has money, they could just control and get the money.
Right.
Or they could just control them and not even require the money. So
it
must be something else.
I almost want to make a detour and find Rainier. To see if, well, I mean, it's his family's treasure, right?
Oh, right.
It's his father's.
It's his father's, right?
Yeah.
So, what could be in it? I mean, I don't know that Rainier would know. I mean, to me, if it's long lost, maybe he doesn't know anything about it. But if he does have some inkling of what might be part of this cache that an Illithid would give a shit about, I'd kind of like to know what that is, because I just don't want to hand over, great, I get my sister back, but then oops, there goes all of Waterdeep and the Sword Coast.
Well, I mean, clearly someone knows what it is, because otherwise the Flayer wouldn't know what it is. Right? They got the information from someone.
That's a good point.
Right? So they must have heard it from somewhere, which means there is a lead here.
Okay.
As much as I hate to ask, I really hate to do this. I mean, I really don't want to do it.
You thinking about talking to that nice young professional man that's all dressed up in the shop coat?
Oh, the guy with the cool hat and the pipe.
Yeah.
I don't like, Kavir doesn't know why he feels angry, but he just does. It's like a extra planar rage, like smoldering inside. Like it feels like heartburn, but it comes with more like tight fists. Yeah, maybe.
Mr. Kavir, are you dragging your sword on the ground? Oh no, that's your teeth grinding.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about that guy. He just makes me want to murder. I don't know what it is. But maybe he knows somebody who knows somebody, or has heard a rumor. People who deal in secrets tend to know, at least, even if they don't know the information, they know who might know.
Right. Well, then sounds like we need to find Victor Trench.
Was that his name?
Yes.
That sounds like a terrible name. I don't know why I don't like it. I just know I don't.
Well, put your personal proclivities aside and let's at least find him and see if he can answer some questions, or at least point us in the right direction.
Well, yeah, he's not very good at his job, so it'll probably be real easy to find. You can edit that part out. I'm getting out. This is purely a Dees thing that's manifesting in my character. Sorry. That might be a good move. We know that these things control minds. We know that they can read minds and talk directly to your minds. So it would seem to reason that a mind flayer probably didn't just walk up to someone and ask. They probably, maybe if we found out who was missing, that would give us another lead into, right? If they took someone to draw their thoughts out or read their thoughts, maybe someone who knew about it might be one of the people connected to someone who's missing.
Could be.
I don't know. Let's try Trench, I suppose.
Sure.
Not a bad idea.
Well, so Trench, if I recall, his office isn't that far away from Troll Skull, right?
Yeah, it's around.
No, sir, it is definitely in your neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, I suppose let's go ahead and make a beeline for that.
I hate that phrase.
Yeah, I know. It's why
we talked about it in an episode we just recently posted.
I know.
About
That's why I used
it. Yeah. Okay.
So, as you guys approach the Tiger's Eye, you see Trench outside in a chair, trench coat around him, hat pulled down, smoking on a pipe. Looks up. Miss Adri, you and your friends are here.
You are. I'm gonna look at Rain.
How are you this evening, Mr. Trench?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Oh, we've been better.
I've heard.
Yes, the news does travel fast, doesn't it?
There's there's a rumor that a few masked lords are talking about putting a bounty on your heads.
On our heads?
On our heads.
On our heads.
The word is you guys slipped out of guard custody on diplomatic immunity.
That's right.
It's true.
Yeah.
So, but no one has put anything in stone. It seems that Lady Silverhand herself had put the word out not to touch the three of you.
Oh yeah.
At least that's what I'm hearing.
That's your sources are accurate.
What I didn't know was Adri's aunt was in town.
Yeah, she just got here.
Is that the only relative you're unaware of?
Your sister's ship hit port.
Yeah, the ship really hit the port, that's for sure. Look, I'll just get down to the gist of this. My sister is currently being held ransom.
Intriguing. By who? Do we know?
We do. I kind of lean over to Kavir. Do you think it's a good idea to clue him in on everything that's going on?
He hates this guy.
I just look at, no, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that there would be a reason for me to not like him.
Okay.
Like it's like you ever get that feeling like I don't like this person, like in the pit of your stomach, there's like an uneasy feeling and you can't explain what it is. They haven't done anything to you, but you're just like,
yeah,
right. That's how I'm feeling right now, and Kavir's aware that it's not a reasonable thing, but it's just in a pit of his stomach. Like he's like,
Well, there's a reason I leaned over to ask you.
I don't know. You have the jar. You can show him. Your jar, not my jar. My jar stays secret.
I procure my jar O'Brain slug.
His eyes. Did you show it to him?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I pull it out and I show
one.
him. It's the dead one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I show it to him and I go, well, it's a little bit more complicated than just your basic kidnapping.
His eyes go wide.
And then I put the jar back in my satchel.
Mr. Rain, I hate to say this, and I'm going to be blunt with you because I like you.
Hmm.
If you're telling me that is involved in this, and we all know about your guys' tangle with the mind flayer in the sewers a while back, she's probably dead.
Well, we're going to work under the assumption that you're wrong.
Now, I do know how to save them if they are under the influence of a mind flayer.
Oh.
Would have been good to know about an hour ago.
You have to kill them and then bring them back.
Well, it all works out.
No, you have to kill them and bring them back. We find a high-level cleric or a high-priced cleric and enough money to raise them from the dead. And then they will revert back to who they were.
I see. You seem to be a relative expert on the subject. That's intriguing, Mr. Trench.
My question is, how deep into this are you guys?
Well, I have a jar with the dead brain slug in it. You tell me.
And whatever level of deep he thinks that we're in, I have a live brain slug in a jar, so we're deeper than that.
He brings you guys into the tiger's eye. He waves you guys to come in. He stands up and he puts his pipe out. Shut the door behind you.
We do.
Okay.
He activates a magic item in the corner. I need wisdom checks. He just activated a zone of truth.
Yes.
You guys can choose to roll them or not.
Well, I'm going to roll.
Okay.
What are we rolling?
I need a DC 15 on a zone of truth.
On a saving throw?
Pretty much to resist it.
18.
Okay.
Is it just a straight D20 or is it an intelligence?
A D20 plus your wisdom.
Wisdom save. Okay, well then it's just a straight D20 for me. I rolled a 7.
I got a nat 20, so 21.
All right. Since he didn't cast the spell, the artifact is he doesn't know that you guys failed it.
Who? Okay. Wait, we all failed it?
No, he doesn't know if you failed or passed.
Oh, okay.
He looks at the three of you. Ithalids are a rare breed, and they are not welcome in the city.
I imagine they wouldn't be welcome anywhere, Mr. Trench.
No, but you're right. I do have more knowledge than most in the city about them. I have lived longer than most in the city. You've been straight with me. I can be straight with you. He takes off his hat, takes off his coat, and you see him begin to shift. And in front of you, you see what looks to be a man tiger, except that his hands are backwards.
What?
I see. Well, I'd shake hands with you, but that would get confusing.
Oh.
Boy, that's great that you did that.
Well, I wasn't expecting that. I'm not going to lie.
David, would we know what he is, or do we need to make any kind of
give me an Arcana check.
Okay, I can definitely do that.
Yes, Nathan knows what he is. I don't know if Rain does. Let's see.
I don't think Deese does.
Oh my fucking Christ.
What's up?
Hey, 15.
Oh.
Hey, I got a nat 1 too, so I got an 8.
I got a nat 1, so I got a 1.
I got a 15. I rolled a 16 and I got a -1.
All right. Well, Kavir has heard of man tigers that have the hands reversed. The correct title of these extremely horrific spellcasters are called Rakashas.
Oh.
I just think nice kitty.
mean, you two see him and almost think where Tiger possibly, but I don't know.
Where Tiger? They're Tiger.
But he shifts back to his human guise and puts his coat back on and his hat. I love this city. I don't want you to think anything else. I've been here for years. I did not like the fact that there is a ithlid in the sewers.
Well,
what questions can I answer? This one's on me.
Well, we're trying to figure out exactly why a mind flayer would want to hold someone for ransom. It seems that there is an item in our possession that it is interested in, and that just kind of doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
He turns off the zone of truth and motions you all to take seats. What item? Or what's he asking for ransom?
Well, we're in possession of a stone, a magical stone.
A lodestone? Ian stone?
This stone is apparently attached to a rather large treasure trove, as it were. And under any other circumstances, I'd understand why a kidnapper might want to hold someone ransom for treasure, but doesn't really make much sense that a mind flayer would do so. So there's obviously something there that transcends gold and jewels and whatnot.
We're worried that if we make the trade, that whatever they get their hands on might be more dangerous than we thought.
He nods and scratches his head. His eyes flash for a second as he's thinking. His accent's gone as he's being straight with you guys. Well, as far as the sources go, the Mind Flayer has allied himself with Xanather, but I've never known an Ithalid to see anything else as its equal or even over it outside of like an Elder Brain or something along that lines. So I'm not sure why he thinks a beholder or why he's friends with Xanather or acting, or it doesn't make sense.
Beholders aren't the most stable of creatures to begin with.
That's an understatement. And you never understood why the old temples of Bane would keep one in the basement. Yeah, for some reason, the old blackguards of Bane always had one in the basements. It was weird. But now what's in? I'm assuming this is the treasure attached to the rumored stone attached to the treasure in November.
November.
That would be our assumption. Yes.
Nobody knows what he stashed away. That's the issue with the legend around it, the stories around it. Nobody knows what he put in there, just that it's there and that it's a lot. And he conned most of the city out of it before he left to Neverwinter and became the Lord Protector of Neverwinter. Which I'm still trying to figure out how Neverwinter just took him in like that, but not my issue. He's out of Waterdeep.
So we don't know what the treasure is.
It's a mass stockpile of wealth. And Xanather is one of the few individuals that has killed and done everything else to get a hold of it. But I doubt an Ithlid would just hand it over to Xanather. The only reason one of the few reasons I would think an Ithlid would keep it would be to stop Xanather from getting it or using it to
maybe in trade with Xanather.
Yeah, possibly trade or possibly a force, something.
Yeah, but
like you said, mind flayers don't require money. They don't use money. So it would have to be paying an outside force, or possibly he's using it for something.
Well, but why not just put a bunch of these brain worms inside everybody and control them and cut out the middleman?
That's what I'm thinking.
Because if he draws too much attention, then he draws either the Harpers or he draws the Lord Alliance's attention. And right now he's able just to walk the sewers and keep it at just the watch. You start disappearing too many people, you start swapping out the right people and the wrong people, and next thing you know, venturers aren't just going down into the Underdark or going through Undermountain, they're going into the sewers.
Well, on that note, then, do we know or have you heard of anybody, well, let's say up in high places that might be missing right now?
Missing?
Or acting strange, as it were.
Well, there's the Devil Society, and they're always acting strange. A group of nobles that are a bunch of Asmodeus worshippers. Massive cult in the high nobles.
Maybe someone that's recently started acting strange.
I'm not drawing any blanks of that high. But they wouldn't be missing long. Mind Flayer wouldn't be able to use someone that's been missing too long. You'd probably swap them out that day, that fast. That's the issue with the intelligent or those little tadpoles, or if he swaps your brain out with a devourer. The devourer knows all your memories, knows everything you can do, and does it. You wouldn't know them from me.
Would you know if the devourer, the worm themselves would have the memories of the do all the memories funnel back to one location, or is it like a net where everyone knows everything?
Most mind flayers do like to work in communities, but we only ever heard of the one here, so if there's an elder brain down there, we don't know. That's the scary part.
Okay.
This is more exciting than what I actually thought you guys were here for.
What do you think we were here for?
You're double.
What?
The other you that's running around in the black cloak with the purple eye.
Well, I guess we'd just attempt to make the trade since we're sort of on a time limit here.
Is there anything we can... I'm working under the assumption that the Mind Flayer will betray us in this trade. So is there anything we can do to protect ourselves, or at least have a better chance of
He whipped
surviving?
out the aluminum foil. All right, boy, this is gonna seem weird. He wraps your head up.
He pulls out a old rusty book from the shelf and begins to flip through it.
In the meantime, we're supposed to have dinner with your aunt and Lady Silverhand this evening, are we not?
Yeah, we do have to do that.
I wonder if they wouldn't mind taking supper a little early.
Well, I know she was going to go see Lady Silverhand a while ago, so.
Well, then maybe we need to.
I'd like to, on the way back, maybe before we go to dinner, I need to stop by the lab for a minute. I'd like to get that worm in some liquid.
Okay.
He puts the book back and I'll be right back. He goes into the back room and he comes out with a case. It's a small case, black. It looks old. He's blowing dust off of it. He opens it up. You see this eye patch inside with almost like small little teeth around the edges of it.
Ew.
And he's like, This will offer you protection.
Yeah.
I only have one.
Well, we know who gets that.
And it's from just be wary, it's old Nether Reese.
I look back at you guys and I wink my good eye.
And then you put it over that good eyes.
I walk right into the bookshelf.
When you put it on, it will latch onto your face.
Oh.
But you will not be able to be
be.
dominated or controlled by an outside creature.
Hey, that's good for a healer. He said, making a very cogent and defensible argument to his cohorts who are
The
constantly
only issue
needing
is
to get
you
juiced
can't
up.
take it off. It's cursed.
Oh, like I fucking care. What do you mean it's cursed? Cursed how?
It doesn't come off. It
Look,
rips
if you're
the
already
eye
missing
out.
an eye, I'm already missing an eye,
Then you have no eye to worry about.
right?
Does it need to eat out an eye though? Like
Only when it comes out. If you take it off, it takes the eye off with the.
so then
Well-
if he like puts it under like over his no eye, is it even gonna work?
I have an eye there. It's just fucking weird looking.
It should work. It dives in, the magic attaches to the body. It just, when you pull it off, the item's cursed and the little teeth shoot into the skull area and like under the skin and attach itself into the eye and then it pulls the eye with it.
All right, I don't need to know I don't need to know how the sausage is
I'm
made,
just
Mr. Trench.
I'm just curious that when you put this eye patch on, it doesn't have any other negative effects, correct?
Not that I was told about.
Well, what the hell does that mean?
I got it from a shade.
And it sounds like this sounds like my thing.
I have a pair of goggles somewhere. Hold on. He begins looking around his shop.
And they'll eat both your eyes when you put them on.
Oh, cool. Perfect.
No, he brings them back. He pulls out another kind of small bag and starts digging through. Pulls out little weird objects. One looks like a reptilian claw foot and a few other different things. Then he pulls the goggles out, breathes on them, rubs the lenses, hands them, puts them on the table. They allow you to see dark vision in the dark. If you're going into the sewers, the last thing you want to do is trigger a bunch of goblins by the torchlight.
Well, sounds like you probably need two good eyes for that. And
So-
Miss Adri, can you see in the dark very well as it is?
Actually, yeah, elves can actually see in the dark pretty
Yeah.
well.
I see. Well, then,
How about your sleeping?
I don't sleep.
That's amazing.
well, I guess Grandpa will take those.
How do we feel about how we feel about this patch?
About you taking it?
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. But
Yeah,
you guys,
I mean-
we'll spitball if you like. Any of you guys got an eye you don't need?
No, I rather like both of my eyes. These goggles, however, are those cursed as well? If I put them on, are they like going to swallow my face?
No.
Okay, just
I don't
making
think.
sure.
Not everything I have is cursed. Please. I got
Well,
over that phase about 500 years ago.
okay, well that's good.
Like how he offered the cursed item first.
Yeah, what a dick.
He was
Told
like,
you.
I've got some trash if you guys want. I was gonna drop this off at the local Goodwill, but if you'll take
Yeah, I
it.
know.
It only eats your eye a little.
A little. I swear to God, David, when you said that he started taking his trench coat off, I thought it was just going to be two halflings on each on his shoulders.
You thought it was gonna be Nick and Knack.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
Oh God. Adri's interning for them and she has not shown up since like the second episode that we played.
Well, I'm gonna put on the eye patch if no one's anti me doing it.
I'm not going to stop you.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take off the patch that I have on now, and then put on the other one.
You going to do that in front of us? We're going to.
Gross.
I don't care.
Oh, I figured you just
The
wouldn't.
eye that's on that side, it just has like a bunch of gashes across it, like scar tissue, like where a blade would have slash it, and my eye is still there. It's just white and gray and
So
weird
like
looking.
Nick Fury.
Not well, like yeah, sure, Nick Fury. Yeah. My guy could not give a shit less about like permanent scars or wounds or anything like that. He's
Well, I didn't know if there was something you were trying to hide.
Yep, that's where I keep all my lunch money.
Oh, no. Fair enough.
No, I have another place for that.
In the devil's lunchbox. Anyway, I'll take the goggles. Is that all? Is that all there is?
I don't know what else I have that could aid you right now.
Well, This will definitely help. Thank you.
Of course.
Even though internally Adria is still mad at him for like ratting her out to the cops.
I was wondering why she was giving him dirty looks this whole time. I was like,
because he ratted her out to the cops.
Fucking narc.
Yeah.
Narc.
I'm gonna hold on to this grudge for 800 years.
Good for you. Good for you. Me
so
too.
When all your friends are dead and gone, they can still be arguing.
I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight with this just stewing in my brain.
Two halflings and a trench coat.
It'd be gnarly as if I held someone down and took my eye patch off and put it on their eye. It's like an eye eating weapon.
Well, you probably have to attune to it.
I'll hold it down for an hour.
Strap him to one of your tables.
Yeah.
With some tubes.
Well, should we go get ready for this dinner?
Absolutely.
Well,
I need to change into my good eye patch.
If for no other reason than to determine whether or not Lady Silverhand or anyone else for that matter can help us, but I mean, time is a little bit of the essence here, so I don't know if I'm necessarily going to stay for dinner. I think it may just be business. But the sooner we get there, the better.
Mm-hmm.
I assume Mr. Kavir here is already wearing his formals.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
we're right by the house, so we can. Those of us that are going to maybe, freshen up a little bit.
Sure.
Can do that.
All right. Well, then let's do that.
All right.
Is no one else but me going to need the house for anything?
I'm at this point. I'm going to go as I am. But if you need to stop and you need to take care of things,
I only need to take, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes.
I had to go sprinkle some fish flakes in the little aquarium that I keep that hand in.
There you go. Mr. Trench, thank you for your help and
some finger food. Sorry.
I guess we'll be taking our leave.
I wish you luck with your sister.
Thank you.
How opposed are you to grave robbing?
Depends on whose grave.
Very.
I'm fine with it.
Just saying, I know a certain cleric that has a raise dead, or revivify raise dead. I'm not sure which spell it is, but there's a raise spell in their coffin they are buried with.
Seems like maybe that's like locking the key in the safe, is it not?
It wasn't put there for him. It was put there by a rogue who knew nobody would dig up a cleric.
Well, they didn't know super well. All right. Well, where is it? I'm not saying we're going to do that, but I'm just saying that it's good.
If we were,
good to have it on file.
Christopher de Orlin. You'll find him in the City of Dead.
Okay.
Though, do not touch another amulet that he's buried with. It mysteriously showed up here about 40 years ago. There's a pack of werewolves that it was found with. It's a black raven. Um, I wouldn't touch it. Screams evil.
And he's buried with it.
It was one of the few places to hide it back in the day. Like I said, nobody would unbury a cleric. But I wouldn't touch it.
All right. Well, I don't have any plans to touch it. But duly noted. All right. Well, let's get moving on.
Deal.
Okay.
I'm just gonna run in when we get over there to the to Troll Skull. Run in real quick. I want to get a particular, maybe like a metal enclosure or maybe a like a leather bag to wrap around the outside of this flare spawn, whatever this thing is. And I want to be able to have it maybe reinforced a little bit, so if the glass breaks, it doesn't just get free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Think of it like a Crown Royal secondary enclosure.
Understood.
I just figure that with a lot of struggle and combat and things like that happening, it would be a bummer to, you know.
There's a knock at your door at Troll Skull Manor.
I'm going to answer it right away.
You see Lady Ristlin's page, who runs the carriage, is there. I am here to bring you to Lady Ristlin and Lady Silverhand.
Please step in.
He comes in.
I close the door, and as I lean to close the door, I'm going to look in his ear. Just like kind of glance at it.
You don't see anything.
Okay. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I have to get the, hold on. Do you mind wiping your feet off? And I'm going to lean to the other side and look at his other ear while he's doing that.
He looks at his feet, which are immaculately actually clean, and he wipes them and
how's his other ear look?
looks fine.
Okay. Wow. We should be good in just a minute. Would you like a drink?
Not on the job.
Sure. Everyone, we almost ready?
Yeah, I just had to like clean any blood off my armor, give my little hand some fish flakes.
I forgot about that. I still got brain blood all over me. Oh crap! I forgot. Sorry, give me a moment. I'm gonna spray myself with a tube. Just get all the liquid off. Shut up, Nate. God damn. I saw you react and you didn't say it, but I knew that you thought it. Spray myself with a tube. What the hell was I thinking? I've been streaming with you for how long? I should know better.
I am only human.
I like your dog sitting next to you. It's just like, so when can I get in? I want to play a ranger. He shoots an arrow and then fetches it.
So,
all right, I'm gonna head downstairs to meet up with everyone.
Lady Adria, welcome.
Hello.
Is Lord Rain joining us?
He is. I think he's still getting ready.
Understood.
Here I am.
But those stairs, he's got to go because of his hip.
Yes. We wouldn't want Grandpa to take a tumble down the stairs.
We should install one of those chairs that you can sit on and it'll like take you up the stairs.
And one of those bathtubs that has like a closing wall.
You're the artificer. You should be able to build me something like that.
I'm already mentally planning it out.
Great.
Like as I say it, I'm like, this is a great idea. We just
If you need any tubes, just let me know.
Instead of a chair, it's just a pneumatic tube that
It's just like out of the bank. It just shoots him up.
Reed puts himself in and he just
Yeah, because that's not going to break a hip.
No, we had one of those in the other game. We just got to make it again, but bigger.
Yeah, but halfway through, AJ realized she's just making a giant pneumatic tube. Just like
it's all just tubes.
It's all tubes.
But if there was a lot of padding inside,
can we go to this dinner? Or whatever. All
right.
Sister kidnapped. Town in peril.
I'm gonna put the notes in my pocket so I can work on them again later.
I've got
is that some of my mail in there? What the?
This is junk mail. I was doing you a favor.
Son of a bitch.
Gentlemen, milady,
Yes.
The carriage is waiting.
Hold on. I'm going to hand them a towel, both of them. And I'm like, I can't see the backside of me. I'm sure there's blood back there. Can you get it for me? I'm going to just turn around and hold my hands up.
I take the towel and
it's like swampy with brain chunks. I did not attempt cleanliness at all.
I pretend to wipe him down with it. I'm like, oh no, we're getting it. There's nothing there to worry about.
The poor elven page just looks over, mortified.
Cleanliness right next to godliness.
We're almost ready. I'm gonna look at the towel and then I'm gonna put it on the bar and then I'm gonna pick up a push broom and just like
there you go.
Oh, that's better. That looks great. I'm definitely not just smearing it because it's already half congealed. You look great.
What color hair does the driver have?
He is a high elf, so
like blonde.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, hey, Hermie, come here. I'm gonna turn my back and get the big stuff off. I look all right. I don't want to mess up your ride.
Sir, there's nothing you can do to my ride that Ludo has not done.
Gross. All right.
That's my dad.
I'm gonna look.
He looks over, and I have served your aunt a long time.
I'm gonna look at Adrian,
including your father when he was younger.
I got a question. If I take this purple crystal over here and I shine it over everything, am I going to see anything that I don't want to? Well, I don't want to know.
Not this wagon.
Oh.
But no, my name is not Herme. It is Seer. This way.
Right. All right. I'm gonna climb up into his wagon.
You guys get in, and he's.
When we sit down, I'm gonna look at Adri, and then I'm gonna look at the seat next to me, and I'm gonna look over the hair, and I'm right, Ludo. All right.
I was mentioning the musical parties he used to throw.
Is that what they call them these days?
I don't want to hear about this. You know what?
It's all just
I'm
tubes,
gonna do my
Adri. It's all just tubes.
Hold on, I have an artificer thing. I'm gonna use my artificer thing where I can make something just make noise. Just gonna ting my little tuning fork, and it's just gonna make sounds of nature, but really loud, so I can't hear him talking anymore.
It's your white noise generator.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like how everything is just tubes. It has gotten filthier as the time has gone on.
So he takes you guys immediately out to Lady Silverhand's estate. You guys go through actually part of Waterdeep most of you guys have never actually been through. As you guys reach Lady Silverhand's place. He pulls up and he opens the car door to let you guys out at the large marble stairs. You see statues of Lady Silverhand and her sisters all around the front.
Well, this is fancy even for you.
She has what, 6 sisters?
7, I believe.
7 sisters.
I think it's 7 total.
Yeah.
Okay.
7 total. So you guys begin walking in, and Rislin comes out at the top, and Her arms wide to hug Adri.
Hey, I want to hug her.
Dang. You guys made it.
Yeah. I'm not sure we can really stay for that long.
No, you guys mustn't. You must hear what's happened.
More has happened.
Good Lord. Bad gas does travel fast in a small town.
All right.
But Lady Silverhand insisted on speaking with you.
Well,
Otherwise,
good.
I'd deliver the news myself.
Well,
Okay.
Okay.
So she brings you guys in, and as you guys come in, you see a few people in the background, all masked up, done up. You can definitely tell they're masked lords in the room.
Hey, what's up, guys?
They don't say anything to you. They just kind of look at you.
Right.
Lady Silverhand, she motions you guys forward. Be at peace. The ones in the room I trust, but their identities must be hidden.
Yeah, that makes sense.
After what happened with Mert, it's...
I imagine it would make people a little nervous.
More so, especially with the fact that something's happened to the stone and it's been missing. It's been taken from the guard watch, and we don't know how. Supposedly they swear they checked it in. They swear they had it, but it never reached. Yet the unit reached the place, and they're saying it was on the card, but when they reached there, it wasn't. So somebody somewhere.
Who are the guards? Are they still accounted for?
Oh, they're accounted for and in jail right now until we figure out what happened. But the issue is, I'm afraid that it's possibly that whoever is, what's the word? Blackmailing you has another agent in play or other agents in play, which means you need to cut them off.
Thanks for listening to Freelance Heroism Plays Dragon Heist. If you would like to support us, please check out our Patreon. We're at patreon.com/freelance_heroism. We have different things there. Character journals, art, bloopers, stuff like that.
Our cast includes me as Dr. Kavir the Raven, Rachel as Adri the Highborn Artificer, Nate as Rain Trichet, Dockside Officiant, and of course, D-Walk as Dr. Midnight, and everybody else in the game. Thanks for listening to Freelance Heroism Plays Dragon Heist, and we don't invoice in this group. We'll be back next week with more episodes, so stay tuned.
Recording in progress. Would you like to record? I am a robot. I poop batteries.
Sorry.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I am robot. I poop batteries. Beep, boop. Good morning, robot.